Welcome to the Right Brains podcast, focusing on the rock stars, movie stars, and most innovative of the artists at McHenry High School. Today I'm here with
James Mahevic,
Charlie Miller,
and Coco Levesque,
and we are Robotman.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys kind of got it. So, I mean, I wanted to start with the name. Where'd the name come from?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
It's a big story. So at first we got together a giant group of people from jazz band.
We were gonna be like a Motown.
We were gonna be a ska band, basically. We were gonna be like Real Big Fish. And
no,
we named
I thought it was gonna be Motown originally, then ska.
It was all of it.
It was all
and then
of it.
basically what happened is we were gonna name it Robotman and Company.
Okay.
But then
the
it didn't
company,
work
the
because
company left.
it's just too many people
Yeah.
to try to get together.
Gotcha.
It's just too many people.
So, did it form like for Battle of the Bands? Which, by the way, these are Battle of the Bands 2023 winners.
Yeah.
That I'm here with.
We're so cool.
So, did it form for Battle of the Bands, or was this a thing?
Yeah.
It was
the ska band.
It was
formed for fun.
It was supposed to be for Battle of the Bands last year,
and
then
this year we're
just
like,
didn't.
well, my band quit from last year. They
Yeah.
are doing something else, and these two didn't have a band, so
Right.
we just felt like,
So we were
why
like,
not?
Yeah. So we revived Robotman.
Gotcha.
And Company.
Yeah,
Without
and
the company.
Yeah.
With the two company.
So let's like do a little roll call of your guys' like roles of the band. So James, what do you consider yourself for the band?
I'm lead singer, bassist, and when needed, keyboardist.
Okay. I'm the drummer. I drum and I yell into a microphone as well.
I just play guitar. I don't have any vocal talent.
Acoustic and electric.
Acoustic and electric, because they're so different.
They are very.
Oh, and flugel.
Oh,
for our new song, for our
yes,
new album.
we have a
Well,
song
you
we're
guys are
working
recording.
on.
We're writing songs.
You're writing songs?
We're writing.
Okay.
We got two already.
So
And I play flugel on one of them, flugelhorn.
That's
It's
a
so
goofy
random.
trumpet.
this is
It's
great.
so random.
I'm very excited to hear that whenever that comes out.
Buy it. Oh yeah. Also, we're coming out with shirts soon, so shameless plug.
All right,
Come
easy.
buy shirts.
This isn't commercials. Okay?
Yes,
no
it is.
commercials.
So, I mean, now that we're on the topic of recording your own music, what inspires you guys music-wise, like writing and like what's your guys' main inspirations? You know.
So I write a lot of angry songs, like that. They don't always sound angry, but I like the lyrics are always like, "I want to rip your face off" or something like that.
And it could be a really
So, like,
slow song.
yeah.
It's just, I
Yeah.
want to rip your face off.
It's like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah. Right.
But like I just take like when I'm angry, I just like pure unfiltered rage, pen to paper, and then I don't try to rhyme at first. I like the rhyming comes after the lyrics. I don't know. Not
You
the
get your
lyrics.
ideas
I get
first,
I get like the story quote
Yeah.
unquote down, and then I try to make it rhyme. I don't know about these two.
Yeah. When I'm doing music writing, it's typically because I'm either like, I don't know, going through something or something's on my mind.
Yeah.
Because writing music is therapeutic for me. So I like to whatever's on my mind, that's what I try to put into my writings.
Right.
For me, it's just usually events that have happened to me either recently or in the past, and I just kind of try to rhyme it and make it into a song that makes logical sense. And for the actual music-wise, I think as
It's
a
like
band,
we just sit
we
down
just kind
and
of
we just
pick,
jam.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
our chord,
Yeah.
this is our jam, rock beat, go ahead.
Yeah.
We pretty
And we come up with a lick, and that's the song.
We end up just we honestly end up just screwing around until we hear something. We're like, ooh,
I
do
think-
that sounds
I
good. Do
think
that
our
again.
last
Yeah.
practice
Write that
was
down, write that
literally
down.
we just
our
were
last
sitting
practice was
playing
like
by ourselves, and
an
someone
hour
would
or
play
two.
something, and we'd be like, "Whoa, that's cool."
Do
And
that
then
again.
Yeah.
So you guys practice outside of school, or
We practiced once outside
outside
of school
school.
for like
One
3
time.
hours.
Yeah.
We sat down, got a bunch
But
of stuff
before
done.
Battle of the Bands, we didn't.
It
we
was
only
in
practiced
days
in
like
inside
once or
school,
twice
yeah.
a week.
man, that's crazy that you guys were able to put all that together just like by practicing a couple of times.
We've been doing music for
a
quite a
while,
while.
That's true.
a long time.
That's fair enough, you know. So, I mean, if you guys can remember, because I'm sure you guys started doing music when you were like kids.
Yeah.
What was like? Why did you start doing music in general? You know.
Ooh, I've always been. I think a big reason I started doing music is I started music very, very young, like I don't know, elementary school-ish, because my parents. I don't remember the exact reason, but I know one of the reasons was they didn't want me to have stage fright. Because that sucks
They
to have.
knew.
Yeah, they knew.
They knew.
So they were just like, "Cool, you're gonna do a bunch of performing stuff." And honestly, props to them because I'm doing performing
I mean,
stuff
they
now.
hit the nail on the head.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, right, exactly. So that's a part of it.
I've been playing So the first instrument I ever learned was piano, and I took lessons when I was in like first or second grade because my siblings
Dang.
also learned it.
I think you would say damn.
And then I switched to, well, I didn't switch. I still play piano, but then I started learning euphonium, which then I've always wanted to play tuba because I've seen people play tuba, and I thought, oh, look it's a giant instrument. Why not? So I did, and then I switched in 5th grade to tuba, and then that's where it got me. And then in middle school, 6th grade, I started learning bass, and for specifically jazz band, because basses are always needed.
Right. So what about you?
I was originally like, no, I hate band. Music is cringe. But then I took like some guitar class over like the summer between 5th grade and 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, I love this. So then I picked up the trumpet. I was going to be a percussionist, but then the first instrument I tried was trumpet, and Leslie Paul was like, you have really good tone for someone who's never touched this instrument before.
Can you?
Yeah.
So another thing that I wanted to talk about, I feel like, I mean, I wouldn't know, but more so than last year's winners, you guys kind of have like a big social media presence and are just like local celebrities almost.
Oh,
I'm just chronically online.
So basically,
I mean, there's a lot of people who like, for example, when you announced that you were doing stickers, there was a lot of people that I knew.
I think like 30
still have
people.
some.
They were like so excited, like, oh my god, Robotman is doing stickers, and like on your Instagram, which I'm sure will probably be attached to this whenever we post it. There's like Polaroids and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like how do you think that ended up happening? You know,
I am just on my phone all the time. It's kind of a problem, but
it's kind of a problem.
I mean, I think it's good, like especially starting out, it's good to have a social media presence as a band, because then it reaches people that you might not think would want to listen to your band, but like so many people came out and they were like cheering us on at Battle of the Bands, which was really cool.
Going along with that, like, we're all friends, so we all know each other, and we have lots of classes together.
Yeah.
So it's easy to post things that are like, hey, look at us, we're doing this right now. We're hanging out.
We're totally practicing,
We're
guys.
practicing,
We're totally
not
practicing,
eating pizza.
I'm pretty sure one day, like, after, what was it, one of our band classes was over, Coco just pulled us into like a side room and was like, hey guys, take some Polaroids with me. We're like, okay.
That's
sure.
the first post.
Yeah, I mean, I think though building chemistry with your band is like the first step.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And I think that might be what sets you guys apart and why you become so popular among people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's also that we're each in a lot of different groups.
Yeah.
Right.
Specifically, I'm in choir, so I pull the choir kids. Charlie is in theater.
Yeah.
You pull the theater kids. You're in like
every
arts.
band.
You're in every band and
All the
everything.
bands.
Besides freshman band, because that is just
and
logistically impossible.
You pull them, so it just makes sense.
Yeah.
So we got all the arts kids, which then pulls in other people
Yeah.
to listen to us.
It seems like you thought this out. you strategized. You're like, all right, so you're going to be
very-
in theater.
Yeah.
All right, in choir,
It's like-
you're
it's
in
like-
bands.
It's a
We got
very
this.
wide network we
Marching into
covering.
battle.
Yeah, actually, in one of the practice rooms in the band room, we have a giant bulletin board with the
Yeah.
like rubber
Yeah.
bands
Yeah, well,
going.
it's
into
like a
different-
detective.
And the red string between all the Polaroids, yeah.
That's us, guys.
That's us.
Yeah.
We're actually
We have an entire
we're a
shrine
social experiment run by the CIA.
Great,
to
great.
see if we can succeed.
That's why it's you guys are actually robots. That's why.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
that's
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 the
why.
band
No, that's
specifically,
definitely why.
You guessed
Yeah.
it.
You know, I was in the crowd at Battle of the Bands, and I felt it was very impressive that as the final act, you also had the most energy out of the crowd. Like being in the crowd, like people were borderline like moshing during your performance. And it was like 8:30 at night, if I'm not mistaken. People were tired by that.
Yeah.
But there was school that day, like you would expect.
And there were a lot of
after-
other great bands. Like
Of
They
course.
were
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Everybody was doing
yeah.
great, but the fact that like at the very end of the whole show, you guys were able to bring it in and have like the most energetic performance. It was really impressive.
So, going off of that, one of the reasons is because we specifically tried to pick songs that were one, easy and achievable for us,
Right.
and two, were popular,
yeah.
but also different genres.
yeah.
and also
They had enough energy.
just like
Yeah.
it was like overall vibe of the song. Like that's why we picked the slow one, because we were like, well, we can't just have all
We
like
can't have
upbeat
all
like
fast
bangers.
songs.
It has
Yeah,
to-
we did a pop song, Everybody Talks.
Yeah.
We did a heavy metal song. We did an acoustic song,
We did.
and we did a normal rock song.
We did.
Yeah.
it.
But
So,
those were,
like,
I mean, those were some really good picks, though. Picking
Exactly.
songs that everybody knows and then mixing in some that, like, might be a little,
goofy.
yeah, sure, goofy. Goofy could be the word.
I feel like a part of it was the people who went before us, Ordinary Hero. They definitely got the crowd
You're
going.
saying
a
that
little
like you aren't
You're
in
saying
on
that
it.
shut
Shush, come on, man.
Shameless
So
plug.
if you're listening to this and
I'm
don't
not
know,
the-
Charlie's also in a band with your family, right?
Yeah,
Called
brothers
Ordinary
and
Hero.
one of my brother's friends.
Can you tell us about that for a little bit? Why not?
Let's see. Well, it's brother. It's a band with my brothers. We've been actually going at it for quite a while. It's been at least 2 years that Ordinary Hero has been a thing. But yeah, we play. We play. I don't know what else to.
You know, this
say.
kind of like wraps into another question I wanted to ask. How do you guys balance? Because I mean, you are in so many things, and you're in another band as well. How do you balance like being together as a band and trying to put stuff together for that, and also like school and other extracurriculars that you guys do?
Well, AIM is great because it's like it's 40 minutes. It's only 40 minutes, but like most of the time we're free, so like we can be like, okay, AIM today
Yeah.
we're gonna write songs, or AIM today we're gonna practice.
And then
You're that
sometimes,
Dr. P, we love AIM.
Yeah.
We love it.
just so you know, don't get rid of it.
yeah.
Sometimes on weekends, like I don't know how long ago
It was like
but
a couple
We had a
weeks.
4-day weekend,
Yeah.
and that's enough time to do homework and
Yeah.
get everything done that you have to get done. So then we just met for like 3 hours or 4 hours, and we just got
And we just
what
jammed.
we had to do
Yeah.
done.
I think the biggest thing is taking advantage of like what we had or have. Like, we had the 4-day weekend. We're like, okay, this is a perfect time to do this, or we have AIM. This is a perfect time to do that. So
Yeah.
Sometimes
if
it's
we end
literally
up,
just a matter of like one of us saying, okay, we're meeting this day, and
Yeah.
Usually you.
then usually
it's
me.
usually
But like
you.
it's like, okay, we're meeting this day at this time, and then they're like either they're like, okay, or they're like, oh, that doesn't work for me, and then I find another time. But like,
Uh-huh.
Like this podcast we
Like
put
this
off.
podcast.
Yeah.
We
This
put
podcast,
off
yeah,
for like
for a
5
couple of
days.
days.
well, listen,
because
that
of
survey
mandatory
we had to
AIM
do
we
that
had to do that
survey.
survey. That is
Yeah.
true.
So, the one thing we don't like about AIM is that we have to do the surveys.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
We can do
podcast.
those in the band room,
We
honestly.
managed
but
it eventually.
We
All
got
right.
it.
So one other question I wanted to ask: what kind of music do you guys listen to? Because I mean, you're talking about picking like popular songs that would be like crowd pleasing and get everybody riled up. What kind of music do you guys listen to?
As of recently, I've been getting into the Arctic Monkeys recently. They got some good boppy stuff. So we might end up
Boppy
seeing
stuff.
some of that.
Uh-huh.
I am. Honestly, I'll listen to anything. I feel like I'm able to find. Like, I know a lot of people say that, but I feel like if like you listen to a certain genre enough, you can find something that you like it. Even like people are like, "Oh, I hate country," but like there's good country music out
There's
there,
good country
and it's like,
music.
"Oh, I hate like
Hyper.
pop," but there's good pop.
Yeah.
Like and like, I don't know. I'll listen to anything. I'm getting a lot more into jazz, like instrumental jazz. Shout out Cabildo.
Shout out to Cabildo.
Yes,
Yeah.
but like
McHenry
I
High School.
have like a 30-hour playlist, and it's just like every song is like a completely different genre. I honestly, my friends recommend me stuff. Like I'll listen to it. Like I listen to anything, honestly. So, but I'd say the two biggest genres are like indie pop and like probably jazz, which is
Thought
a
you were
weird
gonna say
combination.
hyperpop.
Yeah. So
Same with me, really. I can listen to anything. You put on anything and I'll listen to it. I don't care. I like rock mostly, but
Yeah.
and jazz specifically, but I'll listen to anything.
nice. So, I mean, as a band, as you're recording your own stuff, what would you? Because I mean, we were joking about this before we started recording. But what would you classify your genre as? I mean, it can be multiple. But
Yes.
like, what genres would you say?
Hyperpop math prog.
Oh,
I would say
Midwest emo.
Oh.
the two songs we've made it's
They're
a-
very different.
It's
Yeah.
actually
our biggest inspiration is Skrillex.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Bangarang.
Our first song, one of them is a mix between
It's like,
Like,
a
I'd say,
slow,
like,
slower,
pop,
poppier song.
like, It's kind of very-
with some instrumental jazz in it. in
Very,
the middle.
very 21 Pilots, like
little
Yes.
bit.
stuff like that.
The other one is very I would say almost Metallica.
It is
Almost.
almost
You know,
It's
I
almost
don't
Metallica.
want to cut you guys off, but you have no idea how much I'm going to clickbait this by saying Robotman announces album.
Please.
Our album
We're
of
working
2
on it.
songs.
Yeah.
There will be more.
There will be
Yeah,
more.
but like it could be one of those where it's like 2 songs, but they're both like 16 minutes long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Just we should have a song that's
Yeah, let's do
that-
2112, Jay. Let's do 2112.
It's like just so like it's the same riff for
Yeah,
like
the same
20
riff for
minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
You should do some jazz vocaling in one of our songs.
Honestly,
You
I
should do some
let's-
ska.
let's-
No, not
let's
ska.
a
Scat.
Oh,
Scat.
God.
I can
Oh.
learn. Yeah, you guys can
Over
do
like
that.
a Metallica riff.
Throwback to Jazz in the Meadows.
You know, as I guess, I mean, I would consider you guys an independent band, right?
Yeah.
Mostly.
How do you guys feel about like just the music industry in general?
I am gonna say it. TikTok has ruined it. It was already bad, but
TikTok
TikTok has
ruined
made it
That's rough,
significantly
yeah.
You guys,
worse.
are you guys gonna make like one of those pop songs where there's like 15 seconds that's really catchy and recognizable, and then the rest of it is just
Hopefully, we
like,
don't stoop to that
Yeah,
level
let's hope
because
not.
no,
My
I get
goal
those
is
videos.
to not get there.
I mean, we
Yeah.
were just talking about social media presence, guys.
Okay.
Who knows?
That is true.
We're not
I
making a
think
TikTok.
social media presence is good, but like when you're like,
Yeah.
this song is gonna be the song of the century,
You
and
guys don't wanna
it's
be
only
defined
15
by
seconds.
one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We don't want to be a
absolutely.
one-hit wonder.
We don't want
basically. Like hit
Yeah.
one song with like 15 seconds, like you said. We don't want that.
No.
Yeah, of course.
It's like when you see those videos of like the Steve Lacy concerts.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like
where they only
sing
sing
like the first, like the hook,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "What is going on?
Yeah.
There's
Right.
more of this
Yeah.
song."
I feel like the music industry is an interesting one at that because of how technology plays into it. Because Spotify and like
Oh,
YouTube
God.
Music exists. That's its whole other thing. Like
Yeah.
because back in the olden days, you had to go out and
And
buy.
buy a vinyl record.
Yeah, you buy a
and, like,
vinyl record or a CD and like
Yeah.
a physical object.
And it would take
Right.
weeks for
And
you
that-
to hear about
yeah.
it, and then take another couple weeks for
And
you to
the-
even get the record.
The thing
Yeah,
is
right.
listen to it.
that money also like goes directly or more or less directly to that band that you're buying it from. But now with like Spotify,
You
you,
get,
throw
like-
$12 at them every month, and you get everything.
Right.
Only a small portion of that goes
Yeah.
to the bands.
So, like on the topic of like money and stuff, is there any like going into making music and stuff? Is there any like worries or anything that you guys might have about making music and releasing it?
I hope people will like it first of
Yeah.
all. But like
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I
like
think
that's
that might be-
obviously like
I
the
hope
big
so.
worry
First.
for everyone.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
the first worry
and-
that musicians have.
because like we love it so much. Like we
Unless
love
you're
what
Death
we're
Grips, Death Grips don't care.
Truly, like music, I feel like at least for me, it's my entire life.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've tried sports in middle
Yeah.
school. I didn't. Get it.
Same.
I didn't like it.
No.
Middle,
Pep,
I don't-
marching band is a sport.
Marching
band is
Marching
technically
band is
a
a
sport.
sport.
I obviously don't want to make it about me, but on the topic of sports and like transitioning into music and arts and stuff, I played soccer when I was a kid. We were on the
Oh,
same
yeah, we
team
were.
at one point, me and Charlie. But I played soccer at one point for like 6 or 7 years. I didn't score a goal the whole 6 or 7
When
years.
I played
I'm
soccer,
not
I played
kidding.
goalie. So
Yeah.
I was in
true,
cross
true.
country. Every cross country meet, I was the last one.
Yeah,
I
so,
played
so
basketball, and I think I scored like maybe 10 points out of the entire like
Yeah.
4 years I did it.
people like us, we got to go into music.
Yeah,
There's no choice,
Music
man.
and basically the fine arts overall. It's
Right.
basically like the saving hope for
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
specifically. I don't know about you guys. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
Having
Right.
enough time because we have what
Yeah.
we
Correct.
won for Battle
That
of
is
the
true.
Bands. We got a whole day in the studio, but hopefully that day will be enough because we have
Yeah,
a lot of ideas.
Uh,
we do have ideas.
Going along with that, like our songs are about specific events, which include specific people, but
Right.
they
we're
don't
not-
say names.
we don't say
we don't
names,
name drop
but like
anyone.
we don't
I
want
think
to offend
uh,
anyone with our
that's-
songs
I
and
think
everything.
that's the
Yeah.
nature. I
It's the
mean,
nature. Like
It's
we
not-
I
don't
don't
want to
wanna-
be Kanye.
yeah.
Oh, bro.
Well, I don't. You don't
I
gotta
don't-
react like Kanye's gonna listen to this.
No,
and
that
be
is
like,
true.
Like
Kanye.
James Mahevic. called
James
me out on
Mahevic
this
slanders
podcast.
Kanye.
I'm calling the
If that
CIA.
ever happened, honestly, if that ever happened, I would be very happy to get
Yeah.
the attention. I feel like, and I don't want to classify you guys as this, but there's no like better way to word it. I feel like in the nature of being like a band in high school. Sorry, the thing turned off. I feel like the nature of being in a band in high school is like you're gonna write about drama
Sure.
and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that and things that happen to you, and that's just how it is. I feel like
that's like most bands, like not
right.
even in high school.
Everybody
it's
writes
like,
about their life.
Yeah.
you
Like
know?
each, like a lot of famous songs. Sorry, a lot of famous songs have a backstory that
Yeah.
barely anyone knows.
They have lore,
If anyone,
right.
they have lore.
Yeah.
And it's like no one
You
knows
have
about
to-
them until they're like, what
It's
in
like-
an interview?
It's
What
like
is
a really
this song
thick
about?
package.
Yeah.
You gotta unpack the lore.
Yeah. You
piece
know,
by piece.
the next time that we do this, and hopefully this is after you guys release this album, we're gonna have one of those conversations where it's like, what is this about?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about me wanting to rip such and such's face off.
Yeah,
and how
yeah.
I
We
hate
won't-
them
we won't
so
mention
much.
names during
Yeah,
the
so,
names, but
we'll see.
But I feel like, you know, since that is the nature of how like writing happens, it makes for interesting storytelling. You know, about the like being worried that you're not going to be able to finish everything in the
Yeah.
one studio session. I think a good thing about like modern music in general is that, like we mentioned, Steve Lacy,
Yeah,
you can record anything anywhere. You know,
true.
maybe not with the same quality, but
Yeah.
of course you can like. I mean, Steve
If you
Lacy
have
has
a
this-
computer and
Yeah.
like your instruments, you can do it.
I
just-
feel like
it's
I
not
feel like
easy, but you can
it's-
do it.
yeah, I feel like that's
Persist until something happens.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
Push.
feel like that's definitely a blessing for modern
Yeah.
artists that they can just
Exactly.
kind of
That like
record whatever.
the
if they
voice
have to
memos
know
app
how.
is literally a lifever because I'll be like messing around on guitar and I'll have an idea and I'll be like, okay, record,
Yeah,
and
we
then
gotta-
I'll
yeah,
do it
we have to
again.
have
Let's
that.
say
The
that
voice
for
memos
later.
app is so great.
Yeah, because it's happened to me before. I'd come up with multiple licks on guitar
Yeah.
or bass or piano or anything, and then the next day I'm like, what was?
That's
I
why
forego
like,
it.
Yeah,
that's
I
why
forego
the voice memos app and the notes app, they're so good because you'll like think of a lyric or you'll think of like a lick and you'll like
Write that
even
down,
if,
write that
even
down.
if you don't have your
Yeah.
instrument, if you think of a lick, you can just like go like voice it like you could do a scat solo, quote unquote.
Yeah, I've done that a lot actually. Sometimes I think of licks in school, and I go to the
Yeah.
bathroom and I'm like, all right, let's try to lay this out really quick.
Sometimes
and then
I
forget
feel
about
like
it,
a
but,
crazy
you know.
person, but like it's like
yeah.
I mean, you do what you can do to get the album done.
Yeah, you
know?
gotta do what you gotta do.
we
So,
will.
are there any names for the album floating around, or like
Ooh.
any art ideas? Or
We
anything like
have a couple. We have the song names
We do
Okay.
have
at the very least.
that? Is that
Dude,
is
we have
that
one song.
No, we
name.
have the other one, too.
Is that
That
really?
does not-
That's gotta
that-
be it.
okay? Is it classified?
No,
it's literally
Okay.
we're
the
just
slower
calling
one
it.
is called "Don't Call Me," and then the fast one.
Are you really
We
calling
haven't
it?
come up with any
I
lyrics
hope
for
not.
it yet, but what we want to do is we're gonna come up with
we
an
come up with
angry
a
name.
place. We come up. We have a placeholder name because we haven't really picked.
It's
a
called
You guys bring
Angry
up, like,
Song.
that
It's called
Yeah.
Angry Song.
You guys
Angry
bring up that
song.
like you guys bring up like a chart from like an English class, and it's like the story beats thing, and you're like, all right, how are we gonna write this song?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think our album is gonna be called something like Robotman Getting Started or something cringe. Something
I
cringe.
think
like
something
that.
cringe would be funny.
Something
I-
cringy.
Something.
Because that's
or we could
that'd be
just
interesting.
honestly like a self-titled is never a bad
It can be
idea.
one of those like really long titles, like I built this robot in my garage. That's
We'll,
actually
we'll
kind
just
of
be
bad
Adele,
idea.
Robotman,
Yeah.
16.
yeah.
I built this robot in my garage. I'm stealing that. New song name.
New song
should.
name. We'll see. We'll see.
You know what?
That's the angry song name.
True.
That's a you know that's a good idea. See, we were joking about you guys being like a noise band for that song. You can just like have sounds of like hammers in the background.
We do have an anvil in the band.
do have an
Oh, we do have an
Yeah.
anvil.
Oh, that's
What's
amazing.
what's the
Drills.
you know
Yeah,
the one
drills.
what's the one
Bro, I'll
the
just
one
like
samples
throw a mic like
Please.
into the pond in my backyard.
You know what? We're gonna use that. We're gonna write that.
we'll,
Write
we'll
that down.
see we'll put that no
All right,
We'll-
I have proof now. All right, I can copyright that name, and you guys have to
we'll
pay.
give you $2 whole dollars.
I'm stopping this from
Yeah,
deleting it.
that's all I have in
We'll
my
give you like
wallet.
the 15 cents we made.
We'll give you
from this.
yeah
Yeah, from the
you-
Spotify.
We got a
stream.
couple dollars from
A couple-
stickers.
Let's
couple
use the
dollars.
sample of the lead pipe dropping.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The Vine boom.
You know,
Yes.
that's a good question that we can close out with. Since you guys have such a good like social media presence, and I feel like you guys have a pulse on just culture in general. How do you guys feel about how memes interact with music?
We were joking
Okay.
when we were practicing real quick. We were joking. What if there's such thing as meme rock?
And there kind of
Meme
is.
rock.
Like
there
if you look
kind
at
of
like
is.
Isn't
but,
that
like,
not just what
no,
Weezer
but
is?
like finding
Yeah.
finding a meme that is already made and making rock off of that meme.
Right.
oh
That would
my
just be
God.
cringe. We're not actually gonna do that.
Right.
Like just
It's a little
Yeah,
yeah
my
But
bad.
oh my god.
yeah, nah, you can sample vines and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
not copyright.
I think
It's not.
I find some pretty good music through memes, like mostly jazz, but like there's a couple accounts on Instagram that post like they'll occasionally post like I don't know, it's like, oh my god, it's Fish Friday or something, and they'll just like have fish swimming in the water, and then they'll be playing like some bebop like jazz, and I'll be like, that's a good song,
dude.
And then
honestly,
I save it.
I think that like memes, and I'm about to burp, so if that happens, I feel like memes and stuff like that are very valuable to get attention onto artists, like or like jokes in general.
Yeah.
And I think that the energy that you guys carry kind of what's the word? Just enforces people to do that. Like just kind of like have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
You
can't be too serious.
Yeah, you gotta take yourself seriously.
Can't be too silly, but you can't be too
Another
you
goal
can't
for
take
us is
yourself
to
that
not
serious.
ever get into a meme. We don't really want to do that.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
What?
Like get in a meme.
Or
it depends.
Specifically
if the
a
meme's
TikTok.
No. Okay, I see what you mean. Like if like
if
one of our
it's
songs.
clowning on us, I think that's the point where like we're like, oh,
but like,
damn.
See, I
but
don't
like if we do that, that's fine.
Like we wanna.
Yeah.
But like,
see, I think
like,
the way that Charlie worded it well is like nobody's taking it too seriously. Right?
Exactly.
Like you can be
That's
silly,
bad,
but don't be too silly, and you can be serious, but don't be too serious.
Exactly.
Like you gotta find
That's
that
what
middle
we
It's
are.
a thin line, you know.
It is a thin
We
line.
as
We're
people
rocking.
are goofy. We're
I
silly.
mean, our
But-
Instagram bio is just silly little dudes playing silly little songs.
But our
so.
music is serious. Like
Yeah.
we're serious about music
Yeah.
because it's kind of our. That's our.
And
thing.
it's
That's
a
what we
good
do.
balance. It's a good balance to have, especially to connect with people.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely working with you guys. All right, so we are running out of time. So I have one final question before we shut everything down. Going into music and going into the entertainment industry, do you, as individual people or as the band collectively, want to be famous?
Ooh.
That is. I feel like
enough to support yourself,
Mm.
but also not so much to where you're losing your sense of reality or
Yeah.
like you're being like bogged down by like people like, oh, can you sign my sweatshirt or can you
Like playing.
You don't want.
like signing autographs is fine, but like if you're having to sign like thousands of posters every day because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
great.
Right.
But yeah, like not. I'm gonna start throwing shade at more celebrities, James. But Panic at the Disco.
Who recently? They recently.
Yeah, they
broke
recently
up,
Broke up.
They
it was one guy.
There was a
Brendan
band,
and
and then Brendan
It was
dropped
his touring
everyone,
band.
and then he left the band entirely.
Speaking of touring, I feel like to
That could be
be
fun.
famous, like in quotes, I don't necessarily if famous is the right word, but touring and doing some concerts in the U.S. itself, why not?
Yeah,
we could do that.
We could definitely do that.
Becoming a super celebrities or a super band.
Being a super celebrity and
like,
moving to like
I
California.
don't want to be like Taylor Swift.
We're not gonna
level.
do that.
Like that would be bad.
That would be.
That would be bad.
I don't want to
for
be
your wallet,
dumping
but
hundreds
necessarily
of tons
we
of
don't
carbon
want to
emissions
be
into the air every day.
immortalized
Yeah.
in the world of music. We just kind of want to be here.
And like,
I would like
until
to
we
be
stop.
famous to the point where people will recognize our names, but not famous enough where they overreact and analyze absolutely everything we say.
What, like, if you're going to compare to, like, another band or another celebrity, what level of famous do you think that would be?
Okay, so I don't know, like
water parks.
We'll say not Nirvana.
Yeah. Okay, so like if you know water parks, like water parks is like
they're not super
like
up there.
But like I talk to
They
people
have
and
a
they're
lot
like,
of
oh, I've
following.
heard of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan of them.
They
but,
definitely
like,
have a following, but they're not like a name.
they're not like
you
the
see
band.
every-
That's like
I think
I feel
there's
like
this
that's a good
local
goal.
band. They're from Gurney. They're called Axe and the Hatchetmen. They've been
Oh,
popping off recently. They
Uh-huh.
like did like a West Coast tour and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like not super famous, but they're like supporting themselves through their music. And granted,
Exactly.
they just graduated
Yeah.
high school, but like they're like, oh shoot,
Like,
darn.
Yeah,
So
they're
we have,
great.
like, 30 seconds.
honestly, that's our goal.
Yeah,
right there.
That's,
You know,
that's
that's
like
it.
to support ourselves and have
To
fun and
support
have like a
ourselves,
loyal fan
yeah.
base, but not so
Yeah.
loyal to the point where they're like,
Yeah.
We don't want to
Crazy.
end up in a
So,
Life magazine
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's exactly
Robotman's
what-
doing
Yeah.
this, they're
Yeah.
doing this.
All right,
don't want
it's been great talking to you guys. Thank you for coming on.
I love
thank you for having
Yeah,
us.
I love you too.
Go to the Choir Pops concert. Robotman will return.
Also, buy our merch.
Yeah, buy their merch. Buy their merch. All right, that's all.
Peace.
Thank you so much.